Hello, you guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to Captain's Quarters. Um, just popped back in Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. I'm gonna go back and take a surprise stop before I go into Phantom Pain, and basically just use this video just to kind of get a gist of what's to be expected in Phantom Pain as far as the story so far and everything. Right now, the main story is complete for the most part.
Boss, the mission objective is to eliminate 2 U.S. Marines officials. The pair were in Laos together, but retired after the U.S. withdrew its forces. They were a sniper spotter team. In country, they were known as Glaz and Palitz, the eye and the finger. I've sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look.
So basically, right now we're in a side op, and this is to take out an assault artillery, basically. And it's one of the missions that for the most part you'll encounter in Phantom Pain. And Phantom Pain involves like a lot of open world gameplay stealth, and a lot of times to help out with the main mission you can take a side op, and it allows you to kind of open up some space by taking out like this or that before you come across it in the actual main
Remember,
mission.
boss, this is a sneaking mission. If you're detected, the targets are bound to take extra precautions. It's crucial that you eliminate the targets quickly and quietly. Do not let the enemy see you. I've sent the target's fields of movement to your iDroid. These are averages worked up from a study by the intel team.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let's knock this out.
How you eliminate them is up to you, boss.
I hear a call.
Spit it out. I've sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look. Open the menu tab, then select Mission Info. iDroid if you need to check the target's faces. If you do that holding the dash button, you'll move faster. VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look. This job. The clients are KGB contacts from my Columbia days. Don't worry, they had nothing to do with Zadornov. They lost a lot of comrades to the eye and the finger. The NVA lost high-ranking staff too. And also their families, their children. To the east, the two were a reason to be afraid of the dark. Their extradition to face trial is even on the table in the peace talks. Now that they're out of Laos, the two are enjoying a relaxing vacation in a loophole, one surrounded by minefields and barbed wire. Even if the war ends, the East fears their return. For our clients, it will only truly be over when these two are dead.
Got that, boy?
Smoke grenades are perfect for obscuring the enemy's vision. Just don't forget the smoke will blind you as well. It's not gas, so don't expect to kill anything with it either. I've sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look.
Marker placed.
Alright guys, to get you up to speed basically, I basically wanted to give a little rundown of basically how the storyline thus far with Metal Gear is basically. This one, Ground Zeroes, it basically takes place as a prequel right before the newest one that came out, which was the Phantom Pain, aka Metal Gear 5. And basically it just acts as a, not demo, but you know, like kind of like taster or tester of what all you could do inside of Phantom Pain. And it also acts chronologically. It acts as a sort of prequel to the story that takes place in Phantom Pain. Something big happened in this one. Basically, Big Boss's mercenary group's hideout, it basically got bombed. Like someone raided it as a terrorist. And, you know, kind of basically blew it up and everything, so it completely destroyed everything that. Oh shoot! Look at that.
Targets are getting away. Snake, the targets are about to leave the base. If they get away, the mission's a failure. Hurry up and take them out.
It's all good. Oh!
One target down, one to go. Your buddy's on his way.
Oh! What just happened? What the heck? Alright. I gotta go stealth. I gotta go stealth. This is one of those missions where basically the dude finds
One
out.
target down, one to go. His buddy's on his way to hell. Don't let him travel alone.
Ruthless.
One target left. Take him out.
Alright. Got a little excited the last time around, but alright, so basically in this installment at this point in Big Boss of Life, Big Boss, the guy we're playing as now, he was formerly known as Naked Snake or whatever. He was actually the first Snake. Uh-oh. Somebody see me. I suck at talking and doing stuff, but we're gonna get through this. But basically, Snake was the first Snake.
The target is one of those soldiers. Don't let your guard down.
And I saw a guy over there. I definitely saw a guy.
CP, this is Delta 2. We got a dead friendly here. Enemy's gotta be close. Over. This is CP. Understood. Further losses are unacceptable. Keep your eyes open.
But okay, so Big Boss, born 1935. He's a real older character in the Metal Gear franchise. He in the original game where you play as Solid Snake, he's technically the antagonist. So he's the villain that appears in both games and everything, and that's who you face as the main character, Solid Snake. But in Metal Gear Solid 3, basically, they switched it around. It was switched around, and you actually played as Big Boss, who was shown as a villain, basically, and the antagonist of the series, but you know, you was actually able to play as him, and through this, it completely flipped around, I guess, the point of view of the series and everything. Big Boss was portrayed as a villain, you know, the stereotypical villain, actually became like a more complex with Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater that came out. Snake Eater is probably my favorite of the Metal Gear series. Oh, got off this.
Damn it, the target is getting away. Snake, the target is about to leave the base. If he gets away, the mission's a failure. Hurry up and take him out. Snake, the target is about to leave the base. If he gets away, the mission's a failure. Hurry up and take him out.
So
One target down, one to go.
back
His
to
buddy's
Big
on
Boss.
his way to hell. Don't let him travel alone.
Basically, Big Boss was like a legendary soldier. He was like the best Green Beret and like best like operative and like
One target
stealth.
left. Take him out.
And he was chosen for a specific mission called Operation Snake Eater. Got that boy. And it was basically to infiltrate an impenetrable like fortress or whatever to rescue a Russian scientist named Nikolai Sokolov. And during the mission, when he went on to the mission, he was aided by a government-funded CIA group, like basically like a made group for that mission, a special ops group named Fox, and he was chosen with the code name Snake to go into the mission and everything. And so Snake goes to the mission. He's accompanied by Zero, his superior in the mission, who kind of provides him with intel, and a couple of others.
Boss, the target has left his predicted field of movement. Search somewhere else.
The map
Alright,
has been
I
updated.
hear a camera. So he goes into the mission. And basically on the mission, he also gets aided by a mentor of his named the Boss. It was a woman nicknamed this Mother of Special
I sent VIs of the
Forces.
targets to your iDroid.
She was
Take a good look.
she also was a legendary soldier. She taught Snake, Big Boss, or future Big Boss, like everything he knew basically about the battlefield. And she was the mentor on the mission. But as the mission went on, the first mission, which was called the Virtuous Mission, she actually defected. She defected at the ending of the mission. Oh, I gotta do it.
Boss, we figured out the target's movement pattern. I'm sending you the new model.
The map has been updated. Marker placed.
So the Boss defects on the early or ending part of the Virtuous mission, and it ends up making it a failure.
I've sent VIs of the
She
targets to your
destroys
iDroid.
Snake,
Take a
basically
good look.
disarms his gun, and causes him ultimately to fail his mission. So when he was back in the States, he was confronted by like a bunch of governments and our own government, and he was told that an opportunity to recomplete the mission, he got a second opportunity to take a second shot at the very same mission. The government, our government, and a couple of other governments had declared and gave them authorization to complete the mission, but in the one condition that Snake killed the Boss, which was his mentor and everything. And so he goes into the mission and everything, and basically after Operation Snake Eater, like basically Snake learned everything like during mother sucker.
Snake, the target is about to leave the base. If he gets away, the mission's a failure. Hurry up and take him out.
Big Boss got track speed. How is he here? This was a lie. He's not here. What? Ain't that some this man. Alright, so we gotta take it slow. So Snake goes into the mission prior to
One
this
target down,
game.
one to go. His buddy's on his way to hell. Don't let him travel alone.
In Operation Snake Eater, and throughout it basically reshapes his life. And he out like the way he sees governments, and basically he learned how governments basically use and manipulate the soldiers, which he was at the end of the day, you know, coming in a Green Beret and being assigned to that specific mission. He saw how much of like pawns basically soldiers were treated, no matter like the skill they had. He saw like how the war economy and just war itself, you know, shaped the world basically, and you know, and it changes views. And basically by the end of the mission, during the mission he faces like crazy amount of people. Metal Gear is known for like having like ridiculous like just bosses that in real life terms really don't make any sense at all, but like makes sense in the medical world because everything is dramatized and everything is magnificent basically. But during that mission itself, he's faced with a legendary like special ops group called the Cobras.
Boss, we figured out the target's movement
Working
pattern.
with the
I'm sending
boss,
you the new model.
his mentor, he defeats all of them. He ends up defeating the entire terrorist group, which held Nikolai Sokolov captive, and basically he finds out that they were actually working on what's called a Metal Gear, and basically at the time the Russians needed like this Russian terrorist General Volgin needed Nikolai Sokolov to continue building the Metal Gear, and it was dated back in the 60s. It's technically a prequel to all of the series. Chronologically it's Metal Gear Solid 3, but it takes place before any of the Metal Gears take place, so it actually starts the Metal Gear timeline with the Big Boss and everything, and basically, oh shit, you only got one shot. I'm gonna praise you. This place is heavily guarded. It's ridiculous. Oh, somebody on this side. So that he can see me under the tanks. But yeah, so basically by the end of the mission, Big Boss, he ends up finding out that
Boss, the target has left his predicted field of movement. Search somewhere else.
The map marker placed. Marker removed.
That's alright. I'm gonna just play possum. I'm playing possum for right now. But Big Boss.
I've sent VIs of the targets to your iDroid. Take a good look.
Big Boss ends up basically
That's target B, Politz, the finger.
that's the dude
Apparently
that
he's
keeps
still
getting
finding
away.
uses for his skills, even now that he's out of the war.
He's always driving off in a Jeep. But yeah, so basically at the end of the mission, Big Boss, he ends up completing the mission, stops the first incarnation basically of what will be like a long line of future Metal Gears. A Metal Gear at the time was basically just a bipedal nuclear turret, which meant that basically the terrorists who were building it basically wanted a mobile missile launcher, a nuclear missile launcher that would shoot undetected and basically wouldn't have any ways to calculate, you know, how to stop it and everything.
One target left. Take him out.
I can't afford to let this dude get away again.
Hey!
Oh shoot, oh shoot. Oh shoot! That's him! That's him!
The target is one of those soldiers. Don't let your guard down. The target is about to leave the base. The mission's a failure. Hurry up and take him out.
That wasn't him.
Confirm targets A and B neutralized.
That was him.
Get out of there. Either exfiltrate by chopper or make your way outside the mission area by land.
Ow, I'm out.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger that chopper request. It's headed your way now.
CP, this is Delta 6. Lost sight of the enemy. We're going to search the area. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let him get the drop on you. Keep your guard up. Out.
This is Morpho, arriving shortly at LZ. This is Morpho, on station at LZ.
Big Boss is old. He's at this point, this takes place well after Operation Snake Eater. This takes place, I think, about like 20 years later and everything. Play that, but basically,
Mission complete. The war's over for them now.
in the Snake Eater mission, basically, Snake's forced to kill his mentor, and he finds out in the end that his mentor only defects because she was still carrying out a previous mission that she had been sent on by the U.S. government. So it was a complete play on her still at the end of the day.
Out of the way, we might just see an early end to the war. But did you notice, boss? They seem to be afraid of something. Feared it more than death itself. Just what the hell is going on in that place?
But yeah, boss ended up Naked Snake ended up having to kill his own mentor and find out that at the end of the day she was like a good guy, and just her philosophy and her knowledge of basically, you know, war and everything. He realized through her that, you know, the like governments are basically corrupted. So after he ended up beating that mission, he ended up going off on his own, and through a series of events, he ended up starting a mercenary group on his own, and kind of sort of picture creating his own private government, if you will, and it kind of works out. He ends up becoming internationally known. His name changes from Naked Snake to Big Boss because of his like defeating the boss. And in Metal Gear Universe, as far as the code name goes with Snake, it's mentioned a lot in the series that there can be a boss and there can be a snake. So him defeating like the boss, like his predecessor, creates him being Big Boss, uh, and the following snakes after him. So it's a trippy thing to wrap your head around. It doesn't make any sense at all, but that's Metal Gear.
We got a request for extraction from a member of the intel team who was working undercover at the prison. As you know, it's an enemy base. There's no time for the silent approach. Assault the base, secure the target, and get out of there.
Assault time.
The target is our agent from the intel team. To say he's a critical VIP would be a massive understatement.
So basically,
bring him home, boss.
At this point in Snake's life, his military group's grown. Like, he has his own private army. He's a known mercenary, and the world at this point, or after this point, it'll kind of show in the Fan of Pain why the world sees him as like a villain, if you will. It ties in and bridges the previous Metal Gear sagas which existed with him to Solid Snake's, which technically are the first ones to come out.
Clear, 11 o'clock. That his signal? En route. Contact, dead ahead. Keep them off the chopper. If it goes down, the show's over.
I was supposed to protect him? Damn.
signal?
En route. Contact, dead ahead.
Keep them off the chopper. If it goes down, the show's over. That rifle is equipped with an underbarrel grenade launcher. Put it to good use.
Nah, did that.
Got visual on target.
A vehicle. Did he steal that from the enemy? Not bad. Take out those hostiles.
What the fuck?
Clear, 11 o'clock.
That his signal?
En route. Contact, dead ahead.
Keep them off the chopper. If it goes down, the show's over. The rifle is an underbarrel grenade launcher. Put it to good use.
Got visual on target.
A vehicle. Did he steal that from the enemy? Not bad.
Cover me.
Take out those hostiles.
Clear. All hostiles down.
Touchdown is a no-go. Rendezvous at the helipad.
Can you make it to the helipad?
Roger that. Request escort. Boss, cover the friendly vehicle.
I'm good to drive. Just cover me. I'm secured cassette tape.
Oh man.
Enemy vehicle to the right.
Take care of them. Boss, the target.
I saw a nigga.
Clear. All hostiles down.
Touchdown is a no-go. Rendezvous at the helipad.
Can you make it to the helipad?
Roger that. Request escort. Boss,
This
cover
nigga
the
got
friendly
an
vehicle.
RPG. He's still alive.
I'm good to drive. Just cover me. I'm secured cassette tape. We're getting to the boss.
RPG. An RPG.
Enemy reinforcement! Take him out. Secure the LZ. More reinforcement! Don't let him get close. Look through your scope to target enemies from a distance.
Where's the RPG?
Take more in the control tower! Clear. Touching down. Boss, disembark and get the target.
Marker placed.
Good. No obvious injuries, right? Boss, taking out that vehicle is priority one.
Mission has been updated.
Boss, the target's dead. Mission.
I paid for $10 to inject me.
Clear. Touching down. Boss, disembark and get the target.
Ain't that a bitch? I got all the way to picking him up and then revisiting ground zeros before I go in and fan the pain. Once again, these are just side ops. These are like extras. I wouldn't say it has nothing to do with the mission itself, but it's sort of kind of way to introduce doing some things that you can do aside from the mission to help the mission go smoother to a certain extent. What the heck? Somebody's still alive. Somebody's still alive. Oh wait, no one's still alive. I gotta get somebody. Alright, round two.
Good. No obvious injuries, right?
Yeah. He just dipped out of nowhere for some reason. What? Oh, it's a tank.
Taking out that vehicle is priority 1.
What the heck? Oh, that's what shot me at the last time. Dang, it's a tank. It's a tank. Hit the deck. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I gotta find another tank. What the heck? Oh!
That's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid. Are you alright? You're damaged pretty bad.
Dang. Time to get out of this. Do grenades blow up a tank? I don't know. They got to. Alright, I'm about to make a run for it. Throw smoke grenades. I'm out of here. Sucker.
Where do you think you're going?
That ain't working. Oh, we gotta fix. Oh shoot, nigga. Dang. What?
The chopper went down. We've got no other means of extraction. Mission failed.
This is how I'm gonna take out a tank.
You gonna get mad? Heard enough people up before. You can have half right.
Clear. Nothing down. Boss, disembark and get the target.
I can't risk putting him in danger if I take that tank around now. Oh, that gun. I was wondering why I was smoking. That gun must have worked. There it is. Come on.
Hey, where do you think you're going? Target secured. Now get in the chopper.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Contact, 2 o'clock.
Oh, shoot.
More of them. Probably the same guys from before. Should have taken them out when you had the chance.
I just took out a tank. I think I'm gonna take down me.
Target secured. Now get in the chopper.
Let's go, look out.
Outbound. Contact. Exfil via the southeast coast. Take out any pursuers. It's all up to you, boss. Contact. 10 o'clock. Is that? Breaking to a base. You're still coming. Make him regret it, boss.
zone. Returning to base.
And that's how you not do it.
Confirmed. The target is safe.
Wow. That's Hideo I think his name is Hideo Koiyama. That's how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry for the bad interpretation, but basically that's the director of the game. That's just an Easter egg in one of the I was told that. I mean, I read that it was an Easter egg in one of the missions, but that's so funny that that's right there. As you can see, he mimicked what Big Boss said in the first mission. Just a little hilarious. Now, I did all that to rescue this one.